G. Domingo!
Let us also welcome to the stage the creatives behind this spectacular show, our artistic staff, headed by our director, Maribel Legarda. Playwright Chris Martinez, set and costume designer Gino Gonzalez, sound and music Angel Dayao, choreographer Raflesha Bravo, and our artistic director Jamie Cataniato.
Okay, so we will now move on to the question and answer portion. Para po sa mga friends natin from the media and the press and our influencer friends, just raise your hand po and we will come to you if you have any questions or you wanted to share something po.
So introduce yourself na lang po and then 1 to 2 questions lang po muna tayo so we can have everyone's questions in and then we'll go back na lang po after. Ayun po, so the floor is yours na po. Anyone has questions? Ito po.
Hi sir. Hi po. Question para sa cast kasi balita ko na meron kayong 50 plus shows if I'm not mistaken. 50, sakong 50. Tapos wala kayong alternate. Walang swing. Kailangan lahat kayo yun. So nung nalaman niyo yun, anong tumatakbo sa isip niyo? Anong preparation na gagawin niyo? Kasi by hook or by crook, talagang dapat kayo ang gumanap nun, di ba? Unlike sa mga ibang shows, may mga nakikita kami kapag. So anong mga ginagawa niyo para
Una ko naisip, bawal magkasakit. We have to be an athlete this time. So, kailangan namin ilaban lahat ng 50 shows na yun kasi never kami magkaka-alternate. So, yun na yung magiging preparation even for the rehearsals. Kailangan namin ng stamina, kailangan namin pangalagaan ng isa't isa. Ayun. Sa akin, yun ang preparation. Yan naman si pag-aralan mo yung parts ko, ha? Senior na ako, kaya naman maging senior, di ba?
Oh my God, vitamins, supplements, and we are studying each other's parts anyway, and a lot of prayers. So, ngayon pa lang we're really, wala nang mas lalakas pa sa lakas galing sa prayer. So, because we like to really be blended, and ako kasi as an actor, medyo selfish ako sa role ko. I really own my character in Bona, in Night Mother, in all the other plays because I want to grow with it. But God willing, hindi kami magkasakit. And rest assured sa mga bibili ng ticket, ako po ang lalabas. And also, sobrang rare na opportunity for us to be having those number of shows kasi ngayon mahirap na yung 24 shows, ang hirap na niya punuin. And with your help po, makakatulong pong mabayaran po kami. We're really grateful to have this opportunity kasi bihira lang po yung ganito kahabang run.
para sa anyone can answer and even the audience, no? Lalo na dun sa matagal ng nasa theater scene, no? Kasi for sure maraming bagong mangyari dito. Especially yung 1, 2, 3, unique na siya in its own way. Pero first time na may ganito sa theater. Curious ako, ano yung bago, sa tanan ng buhay ninyo na nag-theater kayo, ano yung bago na na-experience nyo dito? Maliban dun sa nakita namin, ano yung na-experience nyo dito? Dito ko lang to ginawa, dito ko lang to gagawin.
Siguro po maghubad. Si Fred. Yun.
Siguro sa akin, ma-maintain yung energy. Bilang artista kasi kailangan talaga alagaan namin yung katawan namin. Kahit umiidad ka na, pero yung nabibigay na role sa'yo ay medyo mas bata. Alam mo yung energy. Pero youngster na pa rin yung energy.
Ay, ako sige po. Siguro bago, comedy, kasi serious actor po. Lagi namang may bago, yun nga yung masaya sa live theater eh. Kahit nga same show yung ginagawa nyo, pero bawat show, bawat labas nyo, may iba. So yun yung masarap doon na ready kayo sa ibabato ng isa't isa. So ito, papunta pa lang kami sa rehearsals. Doon pa lang din namin matidiscover kung, ay, ano ba, ay, may bagong offer, ganyan. Kasi yung rehearsal pa lang namin for this event. Marami ng mga surprises at nagiging fan kami lalo ng isa't isa. Ay, bet ko yung ginawa niya, mga ganon. Yun po.
Yeah, salamat. Hi sa mga cast, especially kay Miss Eugenia Lo. forever and proud. Decade, binet pa natin pala. Goldie.
Yes, thank you po. Sa iba pong gusto magtanong, raise your hand lang po. Ay, yes po. Dito na lang po tayo.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Leia from ABS-CBN. Hi, okay.
Hi, Miss Leia. Hello. Thank you.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Did you have second thoughts about doing septic tank again?
No.
When the role was offered to you?
No, they did not offer it to me. It took them a while to offer it to me. It took them a while. I know why. Kasi lang.
Sige, direct Melvin.
Hindi naman, when we thought of, when it won, yung idea ng septic tank ay nanggaling sa marketing and PR namin, no? Just yun. Tapos, di syempre automatic yun. So pag nung sinabi, sige, sasama natin ang septic tank sa season, ang automatic nun, so syempre kailangan kausapin si Marlon at si Chris bilang mga IP owners. Ang susunod nun, kailangan sulatan na si Uge. At saka ahead dito, as in last, ano ba ngayon, May ngayon, di ba? Last year pa to ang pagsusulat, ang communication, no? So, para din mabigyan sila, kasi isusulat pa, di ba? Kasi original din, no? Kahit pa mayroong sinundan ng mga series, original ito dahil sa theater na. Tapos, kailangan din nilang mag-prepare, no? So, lalo na si Uge, sa schedule niya. So yun. So, automatic. Parang hindi naman talaga, katulad nung sinabi ni Chris dun sa video, imposible na magagawin mo yung septic. Tapos, hindi si Uge yung gaganap, di ba? Yung ganon. So
you work around your schedule?
Yeah, in a way, yes. But because we message her. Yes, may problema. Parang when we wrote to her na, Caps ha, may planong gawin ng septic tank at sa ganitong panahon. Ayun, ganyan yung information. Tapos parang, so parang wala naman ding problema kasi nga mayroong lead time for her to accommodate it in her schedule.
How did the other cast members come into the picture?
Una, matagal ko nang alam yung Septic 4 nung kinuusap ko ng PETA, di ba? So kami
So
nag-isip.
last year pa.
Oo, ang tagal na. Ang hirap na magtago kasi may pinirmahan kami bawal sabihin, di ba? Tapos siya talaga yung pinaka-inikutan namin. So, parang, Caps, kausapin natin si Uge, kung nakausap ko na ba? So, kanya-kanya kaming message siya kanya hiwalay para kausapin niya. Kasi hindi siya tatayo kung wala si Eugene Domingo. I mean, the franchise was built around her, right? So, we really have to do it this way. And then, yung mga cast naman, kasi teatro nga naman ito, di ba? Sabi ko, ayoko mag-direct. Mas maribel, alam mo maribel mag-direct ng teatro. Kaya ko ng pelikula, di ba? At gusto ko maging artista this time. I've always wanted to get into the world of septic tank. I think ito yung pinaka-meta. Yung parang, dinirect kita doon, pero naging pumasok ako dito. Kaya naging parang as ourselves. Rodi Vera, Joshua, Melvin.
Yeah.
So naging we all have to play ourselves.
How did the other
This is how it works.
cast members come about? JC.
So after yun nga, locking in the IP of septic tank and securing Miss Eugene, nag-meeting yung artistic staff din kung para, sige, how will we best present, let's say, Philippine theater? So dapat may mga representation. So nag-profile muna kami, ano bang dapat sa paggawa ng play? Ano yung mga nandoon? So dapat meron kang veteran ng actress, meron kang producer, meron kang director, meron kang male lead and all. Then after that, dun kami nag-list ng mga sinong pwedeng kausapin and i-invite. Then after nun, yun yung sinabi ni Sir Chris Martinez kanina, he had to interview them para talagang tailor-fit yung roles sa kanila. And bukod doon, make sure na they represent yung ngayong roles na meron yung Philippine Theater. So doon po nagsiloson din si JC, sina Joshua Libson and all. So we had to look for a playwright and all, and yun nga, yung mga iba't ibang pang mga kaibigan din ni Miss Eugene para maglaro yung dynamics na yun. So that's the process.
Thank you. So happy ka naman, Eugene. Okay? Happy ka?
Super. Actually, hinihintay ko talaga na arte ko si Melvin Lee. Si Andoy, alam mo yun, ang tagal.
So,
So,
JC pa
finally,
hindi first
si,
time?
si JC, first time din.
First time din.
Oo.
Yeah.
So, it's so exciting. Sobrang excited kami because it's not only going to be very creative, it's gonna be fun and wild, you know.
Alright, thank you. Thanks.
I think we have a question here.
Hi, I'm Dulcinea, and I'm really excited to see this. I wanted to ask first, I have two questions. Saw the choreography, I love it. I wanted to ask for everyone, if you could answer, what are the restraints or like the difficulties you're experiencing like during the rehearsals na you overcome? Especially na some people are older than they are, younger, and it's a really mixed age group. And I saw na almost inalarma niya si Miss Eugene kanina. So I wanted to ask the difficulties and the influences on the choreography.
Sige po, sagutin ko muna po yung una. Wow, may fans club. Hello everybody! Una po nagpapasalamat po ako sa PETA dahil hindi po ako ngayon isang actor, kundi isa na po choreographer. But anyway, ako po si Roplesha Bravo. Yung una po, inas ko muna po syempre yung consent ng mga actors, kung ano po ba yung limitation sa kanila. Kailangan ko po yun malaman. Baka mamaya may gusto po akong pagawa na super di po nila kaya, ayaw naman po nila gawin. So, consent first. And then, of course, research. Nung sinabi na Ugeng-Geng, ako po ay malapit na nakatira sa streets. So, alam ko po kung paano ko sila nakikita mo sumayaw. So, ito po Ugeng-Geng pa lang naman po yung natatouch namin. Ang gusto ko po sana, dapat parang competition style to. Parang, alam niyo yung barangayang competition. Ganun. Yun. Tsaka meron din pong mga cultural appropriation. Kasi kailangan din natin silang i-respect. Dahil yung Catholic po ng Butots ay kultura na po ng Pilipino yun. Ano pa? Wala naman pong difficulty kasi nagsa-start pa lang po kami. But ako po, personally, I'm very excited and also nervous dahil madami po kaming surprise. Hindi ko po alam kung hanggang saan yung pwede kong sabihin. Pero yung range ng dance from street to maybe Broadway, baka yun yung aabangan natin. So, well, yun po.
Sorry, I have one last question. So, last question would be actually, sorry, I got scared. Okay. I've seen familiar faces over the years. What are the things you're excited to work with, familiar faces or not, with each other? Like, of course, with Eugene and everyone else. Like, what are you excited to work with each other? Like, what to know, especially with the rehearsal starting now. And how does it feel that you're working on this play and now you know some of the people you've worked with in the past is being referenced to in this play? Thank you.
Marami pa kami na-mention. Marami pa kami na-mention. Parang kailangan kasi, sabi nga naman ni Chris, this is supposed to be fun, but it's supposed to be a love letter to Philippine theater. I know there's a lot of vitriol about what are you doing, bakit kayo tamad, bakit kayo naging manhid. But it's really a love letter to everyone. Sir Joel Saracho is mentioned as ng taong tumatanda, di ba? Kasi totoo din naman, di ba? Totoo din naman si Joel Saracho lang. So kailangan I think this is a unique time. It's a very unique time. I don't think it can happen again. Septic 4 happening now. Because we still know about each other. We know of each other, di ba? Rodi Vera, wala din si Roddy Vera. Diba? Kasi sinisiraan namin siya, di ba? Kasi wala siya. Di ba? Hindi siya, no? So, yung ganung klaseng tema, we want to refer to a lot of people. Of course, we're also channeling some kind of our favorite directors, di ba? Actually, may mga umaantulhuan siya, may mga tumabeza, di ba? I think it's, in Septic Tank in Spirit, it's also been referential. Has always referred to what was happening at the moment. So, for me, the most exciting obviously is that I know all these people. I've known Oge since 15 years ago, longer than that. I worked with Nellen, so with Peta. I know everyone. Ang bago lang dito si Joshua, pero syempre, palang ka-person niya, di ba? Kasi hindi nga available si Roddy Vera, so si Joshua gusto na lang, di ba? It's just a blessing, by the way. So yun, for me, I went to theater like 1982, and I have been off theater for the longest since the 90s. This is my first time to come back to theater, so I'm just excited to be here, and I'm happy that the choreography. Kaya kailangan ko ng 50 shows, kasi kailangan ko ng 50 shows bago ma-memorize yung rap, di ba? So I'm just really excited to come back, and I'm really excited na tulig sa na i-mention, i-name drop ang aming lahat ng kaibigan sa teatro at mami-mention silang lahat.
Ako din kilala ko lahat, but this is the first time I'm working with everyone as co-actors. Tapos, ang excited po ako ay matuto sa kanila dahil nire-respeto ko talaga lahat ng mga nandito on stage. Lahat ng mga rehearsal moments namin, meron kami natututunan from each other. And I know everyone would agree with me. First day pa lang ng rehearsal namin, Dropbox na sinisugit. So, siya may pinakamahabang line, pero siya yung natatanging Dropbox sa aming lahat. So, things like that, parang na-inspire kami ng mga katrabaho na.
Kasama, sige na ako.
Hello po, Naila Castell po. Part of the ensemble. Syempre po, I'm fairly new in this theater industry. So, I'm very grateful na itong mga taong to pinapanood ko lang noon sa TV, hindi naman po ako, nung bata pa. Nung bata pa po ako, at nakaka-inspire po na makita yung acting process nila kasi doon din po talaga ako natututo. Ayun po. Maraming salamat.
Then siguro din from, maganda rin kasi itong avenue na production na ito. Alam niyo naman sa Beta, magsi-60 na kami. At iba-iba na kami ng generation. Sila, mga bago, mga aplikante namin. So magandang nagmi-meet, ito yung magandang avenue na kung saan nagmi-meet yung mga young and the season. Di ba? Season, okay? So yun, parang kasi merong exchange na magaganap. At I guess, sa mga productions sa katulad nito, yun dun mo ma-address yung generational gap na tinatawag. Dahil meron kayong isang production na tinatrabaho na kung saan pantay-pantay kami na kami ay mga aktor, walang kinalaman ng aming tenure at stay sa kumpanya or sa theater, but because we are doing something new, so pare-pareho namin itatraverse yung process ng paggawa ng Septic Tank 4 ng Together. At hindi namin tinitingnan kung, bagets ka lang or something, ay kami ay hindi gano'n. So yun yung magandang maidudulot ng mga produksyon na katulad dito. Yan po.
Yes. Next question po tayo.
Hello po, congratulations po sa inyo lahat. I'm Hannah from Inquirer. Hello po, here po. Hello po. Napansin ko po kasi sa lines, it's more of yung mga off-the-record na pinag-usapan natin or mga unspoken thoughts natin when we watch theater, lalo na yung comparison of PETA and REP and the other theater production companies. So, siguro po, kamusta yung feeling lang of being free to do those in a fun way? and to actually discuss those in a more public platform.
Chris Martin, sumasagot ko siya dito. Septic one kasi was acting, di ba? There are 3 types of acting in my book, di ba? So naging parang anchor scene yun, key scenes yun. So that's why we wanted to also reference that in Septic One. Alam mo, ito mga usapin na yung PETA na nagtatablo every 4 o'clock. Totoo na din naman kasi, di ba? Totoo din naman kasi. At saka yung gano'n, yung pag-gano'n ng rep, yung pa-look up. Totoo din naman kasi. So, ibig sabihin, ibang placement na. Ibang place ng UP. So, alam mo kaya nasabi ko, kami kasi ni Chris, of course, we're involved in theater for the longest time. I've been with the PETA board like for 15 years, di ba? So, I'm with the trustees for the longest time. So, parang, I've always been also rooted in theater. So, yung mga ito, lahat ng ito pinapanood namin, alam na namin, di ba? It's not, kumbaga sinasabi din naman pag nagkakalasingan, di ba? Sabihin na sa stage para pagkakalasingan, di ba? Tamaan yung tamaan. Gawin ang content. O, alam niyo yan, ha? Gawin ang content, di ba?
Nasa proper channel.
We're safe. Actually, si Chris Martinez as an actor is really interesting. I've known Chris since he was in college. I recruited him to become my copywriter for basic advertising. So I've known him for the longest time. Ganun si Chris. Pag nag-uusap kami, nag-iinuman kami, pag may sinabi ka, maaalala niya yon. Chris is a collector of, ano yun, konting mga quotes, di ba? Sabi niya, ano masarap na tae, lasang ubing lasang tae. Lahat ng bagay na yan, pag may sinabi ka, his earshot, maalala niya yan. Years later, nasa script ka na niya. So, Chris is like that. He collects all these lines. And kaya even though, nandiyan si Chris Martinez, baka maka-quote tayo dyan, di ba? So, itong lahat ito, yung collection ito ng lahat ng narinig namin. But I think, I really want to go back to the idea that this is really a love letter to the theater, to the community. So sana, we take it in good faith. Joel Sadacho, he knows what he's saying behind his back and in front of him. So ano yun?
Second question ko lang po. Hello po. Siguro kasi syempre, while there's 50 shows, there are also people na who wouldn't be aware sa references or kunwari, this might be their first play. So, siguro paano niyo po, in a way, tutulungan yung mga manonood na first-timers to sort of understand what you guys are talking about.
May definition of terms. Joel Saracho. We're very mindful of that, na hopefully, syempre may mga referencing ka ng mga taga-theater. Pero hopefully, kumbaga, meron ka ding mga representation or may context clues naman na gagawin sa play. Kumbaga parang, di pag nakuha mo si Joel Saracho, bonus points. Pero syempre, hindi din hopefully, hindi rin pang other yung pyesa na pang theater community lang siya. Hopefully, pa rin siya, representation pa rin, and meta pa rin yung theater process dun sa, gusto namin mensahe dun sa mga manonood. So, kumbaga parang may konting nuancing, context clues. Yan po.
The surface of the text, I mean, the surface of the text is supposed to really have the fun in them, di ba? Yung parang walang tumanda, o kaya magtanda. So it's actually outward siya, you don't need the reference, di ba? To those who know the references, then you will get what we're talking about. So, kumbaga, basic na ginawa namin is kailangan yung script, yung text mismo is you get it, you get the rhythm, di ba? We're talking about theater, about Facebook, pagyabang. So the surface text already contains the humor and the message. Yung mga references lang na yun, na naghubad si Andoy Ranay sa Duda, Doubt na film, at saka yung kanilang pelikula aming mga madula sa UP, nangyayari yun. So I think those things will be the extra layer of information and delight.
Suggestion po sa marketing, baka po sa program, pwede tayo may glossary of terms. May picture po ni Joel Saracho.
Depende, may QR code, parang online na daw.
Sige po, wag lang.
Meron siya ngayon, mention siya ngayon. Thank you for your question. Meron, diba?
Yes po. Hi po, I'm Ali from GMA News. Ask ko lang po, can you give us a tease po or describe po kung paano po kami uugain ni Uge and the rest of the cast po for this fourth franchise? Thank you po.
Ako ang sasagot? Oh my God, paano ka ba uugain? Halika dito, ugain kita. Okay, as a theater practitioner, like I do theater like every 6 years, or last year I did Into the Woods. So every year is, every chance I get to play in the theater is totally different. Like for this particular show, when we talk about Philippine theater, we're not joking. We are serious. So we're going to show you how to be a theater person. So everybody is required to be a triple threat. We're gonna sing, we're gonna dance, we're gonna act, we're fighting, we're making you laugh, we're making you cry, and most of all, you get out of the theater a little smarter, and a little prouder, and a little more nationalistic.
Hi. I have a question for the actors and for Ms. Maribel about because you guys are playing versions of yourself. How was the process of playing yourselves? Where do you put in the fiction? How much of it is yourselves? The approach to this kind of material. Like, at what point are you playing, satirizing yourself? At what point is it real? And how difficult is that to get through the rehearsal process?
Well, yun nga, in-interview kami ni Chris Martinez. But also, when I finally read the script, parang hindi din ako yun. So, it was also a version of myself. So, parang may pagka-hyper-realistic din. Kung kunwari, I would say Madam President Melvin Lee, I won't really necessarily joke to Melvin like that. Pero, kailangan kong sakyan yung ganong persona in a way. But, obviously, there's parts of me that is part of that, take doon sa Joshua, doon sa play.
I guess we're playing some archetypes in the theater. So, hindi naman talaga kami, di ba? So, merong character sa theater na head of a company, na nagpo-produce din, may ganon. Merong guest artist, merong writer, ganon. So, we represent certain archetype. So, yung ganon. So, pero, kung mapapansin mo, hindi naman kami ganyan mag-uusap din sa totoong buhay, di ba? Yung gano'n. Oo, gano'n ka na lang sa boses na parang, Diyos ko, na parang, di ba? So yun, yung...
Hindi naman ako ganito magdamit.
Diyos ko, hindi naman kayo makikita na well-coordinated ang aming mga outfit, di ba? Sabi ni Gino, gray and the black daw ang tone, di ba? Yung gano'n. So yung yes, yung merong reference, totoo na may totoong tao na JC, Joshua, Melvin, Marlon, so on and so forth. Pero we represent an archetype. Yeah.
I think that's what's interesting about directing this is because yun na nga, I've never done, people playing themselves. So that's interesting, di ba? Where is you and where does that end? Because I think at the end of the day, yun na nga, archetype, they're characters and we'd like to represent certain types of it shouldn't land. I mean, the whole play actually, it's not about just us. What's this during often, it's we want to be able to raise the ideas of theater and to a larger and more, a larger context, diba? About society, about people na yan. When you do a rehearsal, or we're part of a production, if you look at what's happening, it's really a microcosm of Philippine society. And when we're all those representations of the different types of people who come together to do a production, it's almost like looking at a microcosm of Philippine society. It is. So I think that's what we want to do. It's not just about us saying, look at us, we're about the theater. It's really hopefully raising it to larger ideas. Parang ganon. So, and I think there will be different readings to this play. It will be different readings, you may like it or you may not. Pero magkakaroon ng mga iba't ibang readings sa play. Kasi napaka-interesting. Itong panahon ng golden age of theater is really quite interesting, di ba? Galing sa pandemya, tapos all of a sudden nag-boom, everybody's, coming, the ticket prices are so high, but people are buying. I mean, we've been doing this for a long time. We still ask ourselves, ano nangyari yun? Bakit, di ba? I mean, we're happy, but at the same time, it also has its own sets of challenges and problems. So maybe it's also a cautionary tale about where just because we're in our golden age doesn't mean everything's okay. Diba? We also really have to keep on reflecting and seeing ourselves in larger context, in even smaller context like a production, so that we keep on growing, we don't stagnate, and hopefully we get better. Kasi we have been so blessed. I always see during the pandemic, yung tawag sa amin, non-essential, di ba? So non-essential, the arts were like, and then all of a sudden, we became, that focus, that important. So para for me, it's a gift, and I want to be able to keep on, so that it continues. It's so rich. Isa pa ang maganda rin dito, yung intergenerational quality nito. Diba? We have young members, we have guests, senior guest artists, and our own artists. So yung intergenerational learning, that's also really important. And we shouldn't be afraid to poke fun at ourselves. I mean, I think yung self-reflexive, we have to be able to look at ourselves and also be able to laugh and criticize ourselves in public. I mean, some of the lines are yung, Rock of Ages na naman, musical na naman. Alam mo naman sinasabi yung lahat yun. Huwag tayong pokrito, okay? Alam naman namin kung ano yung mga pinikritik nyo behind and in front of our faces. But that's cool because what we have now is a lively scene, and that's the most important thing.
Tapos, yung even the choice of the kahapon na bukas ni Tolentino, that's a very important choice done for this production. Because kung babasahin niyo siya, kung isa siyang katipunero, na nag-stage siya ng mga play, na hinuli sila ng police, kasi ito sa sedition seditious yung ginawa nila, diba? Yung ganung klaseng, it should remind us that theater has always been at the forefront of protest. Has always been that. The creative, the pen, the word, yung pagdula, pagkarugtungan yung dalawa, di ba? Sabi nga Ma'am Bless, di ba? Yung talinghaga, yung taling may hiwaga na nagkoconnect sa katotohanan at saka sa ginagawa sa entablado. Kasi si Tolentino noon, bilang bawal kasi mag-present ng Philippine flag ng panahon na yun, yung American time na yun, di ba? Gagawin nila, naka-costume lang, magdidikit-dikit, ay naging flag. Tapos pag dyan ng police, mag-iwahiwalay na ganyan, di ba? Kasi it is really seditious, di ba? So, we were hoping that you also go deeper into the work of kahapon at bukas. Hindi ko siya kaya actually in real life, di ba? Pero it's a critical input in this Septic Tank 4. Kasi that is a seditious play. And this is we're trying to challenge. I've been with kakilala kami ni Maribel tsaka ni Melvin with the theater board. And we've always wanted, before, Maribel, ano ba yung gagawin natin? Rock of Ages na naman, di ba? Kumikita, di ba? Kaya sinabi ko, remember sustainability, totoo po yun. It sustains us, di ba? It sustains us, all we call is tentpole productions. And in the past 3 years, there's so many plays, so many beautiful plays, di ba? Sabay-sabay sunod-sunod, kasi Seri, Rodriguez, Circuit, lahat-lahat. But also we're afraid, di ba? Because this is a boom, it could bust, right? I mean, how far can you supply, how much can you throw into the market? Eventually, that market will, of course, collapse, diba? Of course, PETA has been here for the last 59 years. So, 60 years na po, diba? So, it's really how to sustain the work. And PETA, I'm really proud to be part of PETA, that we still continue to do original work. Because I think it's in the original work that really we're able to push the idea. And hopefully, itong Septic Tank na ito at ang kalalaki ay makakagising sa ating lahat. I mean, come on. I mean, it's kailangan talaga tayo, sabi ni Maribel, di ba, humor direct, di ba? It has to be humor, because it's the only way for us to confront. Ang Pilipino mahilig sa ganun, di ba? Kailangan magpatawa para may bukas ang mata. Eh, yun talaga yun, di ba? So, malungkot ito, wala. Wala magaganap, di ba? Ayun.
Yeah, sige po. Okay, hello. My name is Mark. And I'm so glad to see Marlon back on stage. The last time, pangalan tinelo pa yun. Okay, since this is part 4, I am assuming there's a lot of fan service for people who saw 1, 2, and 3. Are there going to be like Easter eggs? Are you counting on the fans of or people who watch my generation and maybe those who've seen 1, 2, and 3 for this? Or will this be completely relatable for people who did not see part 1, 2, and 3.
Kasi yung fan service napaka-konti lang naman talaga. I mean, they're really, talagang sobrang small lang yan. Yung like, acting in my book, di ba? Kasama yan. But it's not really that. And of course, yun ang the surprise, right? At the end of, the question is, how will she get shit on herself, di ba? So, yun ang naman ang dalawang talagang stable reference points. But, I mean, anyone who's, I mean, even if you haven't seen this in 2011, the first one, if you're a young theater person, you can still relate to the ideas of puro na musical na naman, di ba? Hukaran, yes. Si Taco pa nag-direct na. Ginawa yun. So you can relate. I think all the generations can relate. The fan service really is just Miss Eugene Domingo, and there are about 2 points in the whole franchise. Remember, Miss Eugene Domingo has played herself so many times.
Yes.
I think any actor in the Philippines. Diba? So, nakailang Miss Eugene Domingo ka na, di ba? As herself. So, may mga only konting errors. I guess, yun ang lagi namin pinag-usapan ni Chris. The understanding should be universal on the text level. On the subtext and referential level, yes, you might get some of them if you're a fan or if you see the whole thing. But what you should take care of is the key message, di ba? Yung logic, di ba? And then the little magic will be sprinkled. But it has to work for the people who are now. Kasi, hindi naman to para sa matatanda lamang. Yung mga kabataan. Sila po apat ito. It's not about the old material. It's not the old material. I mean, it's really just the franchise. That's why I love Septic because it's a franchise. The idea is almost like a meme. Meme na siya, di ba? Meme na yung Septic Tank. And then, yun. So, hindi naman siya puro-puro ng fan service.
So are you saying we're gonna expect shit on Eugene again?
Yes, ipapromo namin to Mark. Hulaan niyo kung saan at paano, di ba? Kasi lagi namang may ganun, di ba? I think we know what's gonna happen, right? The question is always, but how will it happen in the West Philippine Sea? Yes! Yes!
Congratulations, ito na.
Parang excited kayo ba?
Natin.
Magandang hapon po. Ako si Madeline.
Hi, Tita Mads!
Serious note. Kasi siyempre, subaybay ng nangyayari sa teatro. So, saan nyo dadalhin kung seryoso yung discussion saan ba patutungo ang dula ang Pilipino? Kasi ako talaga, concerned ako doon. So, magiging platform ba to para maging mapag-usapan talaga? Doon nabanggit na ni Marlon, ni Maribel yung mga concerns. And syempre, curious din ako kung anong magiging reaction ng theater community sa gagawin ninyo. Pero yun nga, talagang concern ko na hanggang saan nyo dadalhin yung pag-uusapan na saan pupunta ang dula ang Pilipino ngayon sa present state na nandito tayo ang daming nangyayari.
Siguro,
Yeah.
Salamat.
Sige, gusto mo ba kayo?
Sige.
Baka more than answering that, hopefully the play will ask na saan natin dadalhin yung teatrong meron tayo bilang mga Pilipino as paano pa siya nag-expand. So, we will not promise that we will answer that question, but definitely we will ask different questions about it. And hopefully, as a community with audience and mga performers, matanong natin yun. At yun yung mga mag-inform dun sa mga actions natin, whether we're actors, we're creators, we're reviewers, or we are audience. So, hopefully mag-start siya ng gano'n. Ay, at least yun lang yung hopefully ma-explore namin dun sa dula. Yun po muna sa akin. Kuya Melvin.
Siguro dagdag lang. We will not prescribe. No? Dahil I think each theater company should answer that question. And the theater community should define the direction of Philippine theater. It is not monopolized. It should not be monopolized by one theater company. One theater company can pioneer the discussion or the conversation. But we need to define, each company meron silang kanya-kanyang VMG, di ba? So, pero kung titignan mo yung pangkalahatang estado at direksyon ng dulaan sa Pilipinas, kailangan nating mag-usap-usap at panindigan at pag-i-articulate kung ano ba nga ba, kung saan nga ba natin ito dadalhin. And I think isa rin magandang, ito rin, kaya din magandang PETA yung magproproduce nito at magsisimula ng conversation. Bilang, yun na nga, magsi-60 years old na siya, yung gano'n, no? So, kailan nandun na siya sa phase na, ano pa ba ang pwedeng gawin? Ano ba ang maganda pang i-pursue at talagang i-benchmark na maging role ng theater, no, in society, in nation building, no, yung gano'n. Kasi marami, iba-iba naman tayo. Kung kakausapin niyo yung mga iba't ibang theater companies, iba-iba sila ng dahilan kung bakit sila nag-exist, bakit sila nabuo, di ba? Yung gano'n. So, yun. And I think, dahil magsisiksi na rin kami, magandang, pag-usapan natin, kami na siguro ang mamuno, magsimula ng pag-uusap, no? Yung gano'n. Yun. I hope we answered your question, Tita Mads.
Yeah.
So, I think what's critical now is, of course, may role pa rin theater sa pagbuo ng lipunan, pagbabago, di ba? Specifically about audience development. It's critical. The success we're seeing right now did not come out of nowhere. We used to have, it's called curriculum repertoire, di ba? Yung kailangan ulit feeling, kailangan panoorin ito, di ba? So, nire-recommend siya ng mga eskwelahan. Nauubos na rin yung negosyo yun, di ba? Hindi na, dati kasi require ko magbuboost yan dati yung mga estudyante, di ba? Para manood. Wala na rin yun, di ba? So, the audience development came from so many places. Even Huling El Bimbo, kahit sabihin natin na parang, ano ba yan? First time makapag ng musical. But yes, those people saw it for the first time, so they brought in new audiences, di ba, into theater. The same way as here, di ba? Yung Ben and Ben, yung One More Chance, di ba? Ang dami doon dumating na mga hindi pa nakapanood ng first time nanood ng theater, di ba? So the point is, however we bring them in, however we get to them, the point is to grow the community as much as we can. There's no way out of this. There's no way out of this. Mauubos ang merkado, pero habang may kakampi at mayroong pwedeng manood, kailangan lumabas tayo palabas ng palabas. Kasi otherwise, it'll die. I mean, we're seeing it in films, right? I mean, that slow departure of the audience. Audience development has to be a priority. I mean, we're not prescribing, but for me, as someone who also works in the Film Development Council, it has to be development for the audience. Kailangan may manood tayo ng bagong lente na hindi kailangan lahat ay nanggaling sa labas. You get what I'm saying? Hindi kailangan ng franchise para sumikat. Napatunayan naman, di ba? Bar Boys, napatunayan na ng lahat na pwede tayong gumawa ng sa atin. At it's not about global, it's not about that discussion. That conversation is dead. About that global reference, kailangan ang Broadway. Wala nang ganun, di ba? Kailangan gumawa tayo ng sarili nating audience at sariling identity. And I think every theater has one. And I think we should just start the conversation. Di ba? Since kayo mas pinakamatanda.
So we'll go now to our last set of questions po.
Tita Girly, and then meron dito sa gitna.
Sige po, last two na lang po, no?
Ay, hello po. Miss Mars from State PH. Direct reporter. Congratulations po, PETA, in advance. As always, I'm a fan. Maybe for Jamie, no? Or Direct Maribel, paano po na dubuo yung, you decided to just stick to one lineup of cast? And it's di ba bihira po mangyari in a musical, semi-musical play. And maganda po ang takbo ng selling so far, and I'm sure this is gonna be, magkakaroon po tayo ng extension or rerun, and would the cast be willing to, pag nagkaroon ng demand for a rerun, sometime soon or maybe next year, would you still be willing to stick as a one cast or magkakaroon na po tayo ng mga alternatives? Salamat po.
Kasi dahil nga tailor fit or based na sa interview kay Chris Martinez, based sa interviews with them, at saka dun sa architect represent yung pyesa. So, halimbawa, nung si Mean na yung cast doon, alam niya na artist teacher si Mean, alam niya nag-i-intimacy coordinator si Mean. So, naka-tailor fit, let's say yun, doon sa track niya bilang character dun sa play. So, ibig sabihin, kaya ang hirap kung halimbawa may alternate si Mean. Kasi mag-iiba uli yung track, di ba? So, kaya din, kumbaga irreplaceable, di ba? Si Miss Mean Espinosa. So, ganun siya. So, for ano din, for practicality and given the time and also to honor din the work, talagang isang set yung napiling characters dun sa lead parts. For the rerun and other parts, it depends on the demand or the schedule or the need for it to be rerun. So, pero definitely, hopefully, doon sa 50 shows, feeling ko maraming shows yon. Sana po mapanood natin yung doon ang aming i-offer sa theater community. Tita Maribel?
Basically, they're playing themselves, so you can't get them alternates, di ba? Na siya double covers running around. Yeah. So, yun yung basic. That's why, and it's really gonna just be 50 shows, guys. Hindi yung parang nag-hypocritize kami dito, no? Because UBS is also quite busy and everybody else is, no? So, yun talagang na-set na time. So, kung magkakaroon ng, that's not within the year at all. We're really just set with 50.
Yes, 50. And also because ang babae ng septic tank doesn't stay in just one place, Eventually, after theater, babae sa septic tank will explore another medium, another world. So, please take advantage of babae sa septic tank on stage. Take advantage.
Hindi showbiz, hanggang 50 lang.
Okay, clarification na 50 shows lang, so we will promote that. But in advance, I'd like to congratulate already Peta and the cast kasi I was very surprised at the teaser that you showed. I really didn't know what to expect. Tapos you have Gino Gonzalez pa, who hardly comes out to make theater these days. So I can imagine the sets and the costumes will be spectacular. But more than that also, I'm very interested to see how Marlon and Chris have adapted this film into theater. And I can imagine already all your pasabog. And as a theater person myself, I don't mind you're making fun of us as a community because we need to laugh more at ourselves because things are good, yes. I've gone to see so many shows in different venues from Cinepop to Power Mac to Arete to, the black box of Ateneo. And I've never seen theater so vibrant in the Philippines, And it all started with PETA, really. So the fact that you are doing this now, making fun of ourselves, is a fitting celebration of your coming 60th year. And to get Eugene involved is, I think it's going to be a big boost to the theater industry. And I wish more people like Uge join us in theater because I know there was a write-up recently on Facebook where somebody said, why do you keep getting personalities? But they help the industry, by participating. And we all know it's difficult to do theater. We don't pay as much. And yet they sacrifice their time to promote an industry that needs it. So I congratulate you in advance, cast, staff, and PETA. It looks like it's going to be a wonderful run and it should be sold out all the way.
Yes! Thank you. Yeah, before po natin i-wrap up, sorry, one question po, last. Okay, sige po, last na po talaga. Wala po. Yes, later naman po after this, pwede po tayo magkaroon ng mga pocket interview outside the theater. So pwede po natin silang lapitan mamaya. So sige po, last question tayo.
Magandang hapon po. I think nakaka-pressure to. I have two questions. So, nung una po, since wala si Sir Chris Martinez, I think si Chang, because it's 50 shows. It's 50 shows and in the truest PETA tradition. Ang daming pwedeng mangyari sa 50 shows. So, ang gusto ko pong itanong ay meron bang space doon sa script wherein it's going to be updated in a way or how parang paano natin i-reflect yun because again the show is a reflection of Philippine theater and where is it heading. So, yun po yung unang tanong. Sige po, sagutin niyo naman po muna.
Salamat, Fee. You've been also a collaborator for PETA Productions, and since contemporary or new work lagi yung place na ginagawa natin, lagi siyang na-update. Lalo na tong septic tank, though may nagawa ng draft kung saan yung tutungan namin. Buhay yung teatro, ngayon pa lang patuloy pa siya nabubuhay. So, hopefully magkaroon din dahil sa collaboration din ng mga actors na paparating na yung rehearsals. Mapapalamnan pa yon, mas magiging mas seasoning pa, lalagyan pa ng seasoning. And also, dahil din 50 shows yun at may mga nangyayari din sa live theater, we hope that it also becomes a platform where we could also ipasok din namin yung mga ganong klaseng issues or ma-double namin. Pero syempre, kailangan din namin maging responsible bilang isang theater company na handling that kind of play para din namin mapapasok or ma-accommodate yung iba't ibang issue sa teatro at sa lipunan natin na may pag-aalaga at mayroon ding accountability. So, kailangan din namin maging mindful and careful din. Pero definitely, hopefully, maging updated siya para mas relatable siya sa community. Tita Maribel?
The comedy, right? It's also something that you have to, if it doesn't work, you have to change it, diba? So we'll see. And ang PETA naman ay sanay na mag-devise, mag-improvise and stuff like that. And so are the rest of the actors. Pero may hindi naman yung buong script. Pero kung meron kailangan ay update, kung meron kailangan mas workable, and in the process, pakita natin na all this works. I'm sure we're open to that, diba? But of course, at the same time, we have to have the discipline to repeat. Hindi naman pwede araw-araw dinidevise namin yung work.
Yung second question po, I think kanina ang big na ng discussion about yung theater and ang tawag dito saan natin dadalhin and all. I think ang question ko po ay, with all of these things, with all of these big discussions and with all the things that is happening like right now, and again with Babae sa Septic Tank as a platform or as a conversation starter. Ang tanong ko po ay, bakit ang Babae sa Septic Tank yung naisip for this? I think as theater makers, lagi natin tinatanong, why do we do these shows? What's the reason why are we doing a certain show? And I think in terms of value, alam natin yung value ng ang Babae sa Septic Tank, pero I'd like to know the why Babae sa Septic Tank and yun kung paano niya mas may pupush at madadala kung saan man natin gustong dalhin yung discussion na i-start nitong production na ito. Anyone can answer. Miss Ate Ogia, you can answer.
Kasi kung Kimidora, hindi ba? Ang hirap, dalawa.
Una, hindi naman, sana oil prices, di ba, tsaka gera, pero hindi naman ito. Hindi, wala pa naman yung napag-isipan ito. But I think Septic has always been that kind of a material as a franchise, di ba? Independent cinema, poverty porn, the proliferation of rom-coms. So, and then of course, historical revisionism for the series, yung naging series na yun. So it's always been, ang posture lagi ng Septic Tank is yung mapapansin, yung mapanglaid minsan, di ba? So I think it's a good vehicle, it's an appropriate material to interrogate whatever we need to interrogate right now. Diba? So, anong uso, doon naman kami tumitira talaga ni Chris, di ba? So, it's about Philippine theater and it's really, I have never seen Philippine theater this alive. Si matatanda dito. Di ba wala, ang tagal na, di ba? Ang tagal na. So, ito, I think, Septic is a good vehicle for this. Also because I think we're also insiders. I mean, okay, is of course, DUP, di ba? So, lahat kami insiders. So, parang hindi siya ganun na namumuna ng tagalabas. Kasi lahat naman tayo insider dito, di ba? I mean, lahat naman tayo nasa loob ng teatro. So, I think it's a good those two things, I think, DNA of Septic Tank, and the others that we're all in this together, sabi nga na high school musical, di ba? So, I think it's just appropriate. It's just appropriate to do this right now.
Just to add then from PETA, well, aside from it was pitched by the Marketing and Publicity Department of PETA, because it was initially thought of, ano pa ba yung mga na-feature yung PETA ensemble dun sa mga plays, and Babae Septic Tank 1, they featured PETA as an ensemble. And then when we got it, parang instead of just adapting or parang remaking, even the title itself, parang, ang maganda opportunity to kasi lahat ng Septic Tank franchise ay may ini-interrogate na mga industriya, mga forms and art forms. So naging parang opportunity rin siya na okay, mag-60 years na yung PETA, golden age ng Philippine theater. Gamitin din natin na parang baka it's time na ilagay natin sa Septic Tank tayo bilang isang art community or theater community. And that means i-antiseptic siya, lilinisin, paghihiwalayin kung ano ang madumi sa ganito. So may self-reflexivity tsaka pag-critique. And it was also because PETA is doing a narrative change program, meaning we're using theater to interrogate the narratives that's controlling us as a society. So I think it's a very apt opportunity na sa title pa lang ng Septic Tank kung saan nilalagay natin ang ating sarili at yung komunidad na bahagi tayo. Magandang yung Septic Tank is a great choice to be done as a play for PETA this season. So I hope I answered your question. Salamat, thank you.
Thank you po. And that wraps up our Q&A.